Air Too Pure, a story by user jamescoxall. I snuck into the cantina, patting at my neck to ensure my slave collar was hidden under the mechanic's overalls I had swiped from a nearby repair bay. If I could just escape detection for 3 standard time units, Zaketh would have to fly on to make his deliveries, and maybe, just maybe, I would finally have a chance at freedom. The cantina was packed with a multitude of life forms, a hubbub of voices, clicking and yodeling, underscored by the flat tones of universal translator units whispering in everyone's various hearing sensors. At the back, though, in the corner, I noticed a table with only one occupant. A biped, probably primate origins like myself, but where I was covered in a sable fur like all of my kind, this being had hardly any hair, its pink flesh peeking out exposed from the extremities of its garment. A small amount of hair covered the top of its head, and a tuft sprouted, elaborately curled, from under what I thought to be its scenting/breathing proboscis, maybe as some sort of filter. At the next table, another dozen or so of its species sat, chatting amongst themselves, an expanse of compressed plant fiber spread in front of it, with squiggles of a written language and rudimentary pictures printed on it. Perhaps if I could strike up a conversation, Zaketh and his crew wouldn't find me, being as they would be looking for a solitary hiding-escaped slave. I scampered over to the table, smoothing down my pelt as I did so, and pointed at one of the empty chairs at the table. "Do you mind?" The being looked up from its reading material, contorted its facial features into what I surmised to be a friendly expression, and its voice lolled at me in a speaking voice reminiscent of a 6-legged Volta, a beast of burden back on my homeworld. "Negative self-assistance, young male diminutive," my translator whispered on its behalf. I slipped into the chair. "Actually, I'm female, Talasia by name, Bagreth by species," I said in return. Exclamation, abject apology. "Name is Commander Richard Fortescue Smythe, belonging to HMS Endeavor. Human of species. Sincere greetings, offense not meant." "None taken. I must admit, though, I haven't heard of humans before." "We are new, just admitted to Galactic Federation after FTL discovery. Many new species to us, much learning doing." He extended an appendage in what I believed to be a gesture of greeting. "Interesting." I glanced around the cantina. Still no sign of Zaketh. "And what are you reading?" "Information paper, traditional method of news from home planet. My planetary grouping is losing the cricket, sporting competition." "I speak. Are you capable of delivery of googly, citizenship available for descent, wrist spinner?" "I'm afraid I have no idea what this wrist spinner is, Commander. But I'd be willing to try if you require one." A shadow loomed over the table. I looked up in terror, fearing Zaketh had found me, but it was another human, proffering a beverage to my companion. "Cup of tea, sir." Exclamation, beneficial exhibition, H-Legume. "Remain with crew. Request Chief to be ensuring best behavior." "Aye, aye, sir." My interlocutor produced a metal canister from his side, covered his proboscis and mouth with a nozzle, and took a deep sniff. I narrowed my eyes at this. "Apologies, is pure oxygen. Galactic standard air is a tad unknown quantifier, best guess small. Low for human, needs excess on occasion." "Oh, fascinating. My species is the same, and the galactic standard gravity setting is about 10% low for us, too." "Pleased agreement, affirmative. Gravity much too low, much annoyance. Require attempt?" With this, he proffered the oxygen bottle to me. I took it and moved the nozzle near to my nose. As I breathed deep, I closed my eyes, as I felt the pure oxygen revitalize me. It seemed these humans and I had some things in common. As I opened my eyes, though, terror swept through me. Behind Commander stood the black, chitinous bulk of Zaketh, an evil cadence to the chattering of his mandibles, matched by the 20 crew members arrayed behind him. "There you are, you treacherous slave. I'll teach you to run. You'll scream in pain for the whole run to Epsilon 6. One long pincer reached out and grabbed my arm, lifting me from my seat. "You will earn your place, slave, or die in the attempt." I gibbered in fear and scrabbled at my slave collar as I saw Zaketh raise the electroshock control in one of its other manipulators. But everything stopped as one of Commander's grasping appendages wrapped around Zaketh's manipulator, and I could have sworn I heard its chitinous carapace cracking under the force of the grip. "Apologies, aged legume. Permission impossible. This Talasia, not slave, is free being, human breath make." "Shut mouth, primate. No knowledge of what you speak. Talasia is my legal slave under galactic law. And why the expletive deleted are you calling me a legume?" Exclamation apology. Commander retrieved its translator module from its hearing sensor with its free appendage, flicked a setting with one digit and replaced it. "Terribly sorry about that, old bean. One always forgets to enable dialect settings. My fault entirely. Now, as I was saying, Talasia is no slave." "Idiot primate. Entire Bagreth race is slave. Legal by galactic law under rights of conquest. Human have no right of contestation." "On the contrary, my dear alien insect chap, I do. You see, we made slavery illegal 1,000 years ago on Earth, and enshrined it in a simple truth. The air of England is too pure for a slave to breathe. The moment any slave takes one breath of English air, they are freed. Commander gestured to the air bottle that dangled from my hand still, just as I dangled from Zaketh's pincer. And she has breathed my air. She is free and under my protection. Then you die with her, human. Zaketh dropped me to the deck and reared back to strike down at Commander, only to let out a clicking scream as his carapace splintered and broke under Commander's grip. Jolly good, as you wish, old bean, said Commander. And then he, casually it seemed, drove his fist straight through Zaketh's thorax. Chief and the other humans at the next table surged forward, and the rest of Zaketh's crew were reduced to a purple paste before I managed to get my breath back under control. As I looked up at Commander, he plucked a square of fabric from a pocket on his chest and began to wipe Zaketh's purple blood from his skin. Then he picked up his information paper, folded it, and tucked it under one appendage. Chief, he rapped out in a commanding voice, unlike any I'd heard from him before. Sir? Signal Earth. HMS Endeavour is changing her flag. We are now under the West Africa Squadron. Oh, and request they send a gunboat or two. I'm about to start a war under the Lord Mansfield Edict. Aye, aye, sir. Commander looked down at me and extended an appendage to help me up. Now, my dear, how about you come with us and try that googly, eh? We do still need a good spinner for the cricket team. I took his hand. Hey everyone, thanks for watching. If you're new here, welcome aboard. Check out the description for the story, and join the Discord if you like. Consider supporting the channel and the author as well. It's a dangerous world out there, but remember to be brave and look up to seek the stars.